Warning. This podcast is about the horror genre, specifically horror films. As most horror movies are filled with coarse language, violence, and/or gore, the topics and language of the cast of the pod will also reflect the genre. If you have any issues with the aforementioned warnings, please press stop. However, if you have no issue with adult language, movie violence, or the accoutrement that accompanies horror films, please feel free to continue. You have been warned.
All right, everybody, welcome back to another episode of the Cast of the Pod podcast. Man, that was very, very generic there. What do you think, Deb?
No, that sounded good.
No? Okay, if you say so. Shit.
Sound like day one.
Womp, 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 womp.
But a professional. It sounded like a professional was doing his first recording.
A professional day one, yes.
Like you forgot actually where you were at, man. What the heck, bro? I mean, like, how you gonna forget what show this is? It's like you was just like, oh yeah, this is Cast of the Pod, I think.
Something like that. Maybe, yeah, possibly. Speaking of which, hold on, let me bring this shit up over here. I should have did that before I hit record. I bring it up old shit. Speaking of old shit, I need y'all to call PodPeople, Club 3P, any stranger listening right now. I need y'all to call 786-763-2278. I hadn't been pushing the phone number. That is our hotline to Cast the Pod, and we almost lost the number due to inactivity because fucking Chucky's mad and he don't want to be calling anymore. So 786-763-2278.
Why is he mad now?
He wouldn't tell me. I asked him.
See, that's the problem right there. You know, jokers be out here fronting and playing, man.
Well,
I can understand that,
he
but
makes a couple phone calls. He wants to be a guest. That's not how
it's something that we're running into in the wrestling world now, especially with some of the newer wrestlers within the past. You know, when I say newer, I mean some, not all, within the past 5 or less years, where they get a little bit of traction online and a little bit of local celebrity, and then they're like, I'm done. I've made it.
Small poll.
And I think that's what happened with Chucky. Chucky started getting a bunch of hits, and he started getting some interaction with his pod and all that. I'm not going to put his pod over here on our pod, but yeah. So I think he thinks he's a superstar now.
If you got to wake up in the morning and go clock into somebody else's business in order to earn your own money, you haven't made it.
Exactly.
No, he tripping, man. That's all good. He want to play it like that. We got it like that, man. I'm good with this beef in these streets, bro. I can bring it. You know what I'm saying? I'll straight smash him, son. I'll smash him straight up. Don't play with me on this level. I know, like, a lot of people be sitting out here, you know, they be trying to throw stones at the giant, you know, but it's like, I'm bothered, you know. Sooner or later, you know, you're going to poke us bear, you know what I'm saying? And you know what bears do? They want it all. They don't want some of the sandwich.
They have sex with twinks.
They don't want a piece of the sandwich. They want all the sandwiches. They want all of it. They want the whole picnic basket. Okay? I'm just letting y'all know. I'm just saying.
You completely missed the one reference I'll make to Pride Month right now, didn't you?
He missed it. I didn't miss it.
Thank you.
Didn't see how I reacted. I went,
What?
Yeah.
That was a perfect reenactment. It's like it was
exactly live and everything like that. So today here at Cast the Pod, we are talking about the I almost called him Eli Roth, Eli Craig, Alan Tudyk, Tyler Labine, and Katrina Bowden movie, Tucker and Dale versus Evil. I actually have it on DVD.
What an unfortunate last name.
Which one, Bowden?
Be making porn, Tudyk.
Dude, but he's great. I mean, from all the different things that he's been in, I'm kind of sad that he's not doing Clayface, the movie, which we are going to talk about here on Cast of the Pod because it is a DC universe horror film, body horror film coming up pretty soon. but he was Clayface in the animated world. And then from Firefly and on the bajillions of other things he's done and all the voiceover work he's done and all that. Yeah, Two Dick.
Really?
Yep.
I forgot about that Clayface movie. Oh man, when is that dropping?
Not soon enough. I know that Supergirl movie's coming out. Have y'all seen the previews for Supergirl?
How could you not? And I don't like to watch previews. It's like
She looks
down your
just
damn
like the
throat.
guy that played Adam Warlock. Like I cannot see them separately.
You see her as a guy?
I'll send y'all the picture and I'll put it up on the edit of the pod and all that. I don't want. I should have looked.
Pause.
The actor that played Adam Warlock, same exact face. It looks like I'm not saying the whole body and everything like that. I'm just saying it's like they deep faked his face onto her face. They look like they could be twins.
Who is what character? What's Adam Warlock? I don't know this name.
This motherfucker can make me work on the pod.
No, just say he's from a comic, or he's from a movie, or he's from a podcast.
He's from a comic, and then
okay,
no. The actor I'm talking about is from Guardians of the Galaxy 3.
Okay.
What was the other movie he was in? He's been in a bunch of movies. Hold on. Y'all entertain while I'm typing.
What?
It's
always. You see?
My wire, baby, my heart's on fire. Oh, see what you got some shit on your head.
There's some bullshit in this frame all of a sudden.
I'm just saying, man. You brought the ammo to the party. You know what I'm saying?
Nobody said nothing.
I didn't say anything.
You brought the ammo to your bubble.
You pop your own damn bubble.
Nah, man, this is cool. I come out, look, I'm just saying, hey, go Knicks.
I just want to say this out to everybody in Cast of the Pod world. This is the first time I've ever seen Cobb wearing anything.
Knicks. Out of all these years that we've known him, he's talked about the Chicago Bulls like twice. That's the only NBA reference we ever had. And this entire season, this whole season hadn't said one thing about basketball. And then the Knicks get the Eastern championship. And all of a sudden he's like, oh, go Knicks.
Bro, let me bust you out real quick, dude. I got a Sergio Tacchini Knicks colored tracksuit upstairs. Okay.
Oh wow, blue and orange, not easy to find colors.
Spend $500 on the suit you're not even gonna run in.
What are you talking? Yeah, no, probably wouldn't. This is so cool.
There you go. Okay, so check.
That's my tracksuit.
Check it.
Oh God, man! I just realized the other day that I gotta start giving away some of this stuff.
I'll take some. You fancy as fuck.
Yeah, get that junk out of here, man. Let's get this together, man. We're supposed to be talking about this show, Trucker and Deb. I'm sorry,
Tucker.
Trucker and Deb.
Trucker and Deb.
You saw Trucker and Deb. You watched the wrong
movie.
Again.
My man watched Trucker and Deb. Fucking Tubi.
we might need to go check. What happened in this movie? What is this?
You didn't even go to Tubi. He went to Timu. He ended up watching Trucker and Deb.
T-Movie. Man, I can't concentrate with that bullshit on his head. I really can't.
Oh man, come on, bro. Is it killing you that bad? Because it is a fly cap. You know what I'm saying?
No.
Big shout out to the homie Merce. Sent this to me.
Hey, that's nice and everything from Merce. It's just I never thought any of my closest friends, would be all up on fronting like that.
Fronting?
Or like we used to say,
I'm sitting up there fronting.
Or like we used to say in the 90s, posing, just
posing. Didn't you say that you have what's your second team that you root for out of the Dallas Cowboys?
I have like 4 teams that I like besides the Cowboys, and I don't have any of their merch, and I won't have any of their merch. But once the Cowboys are out, whenever they are out, then that's who I'll root for next. But I'm not going to buy any of their stuff or support any of them that way. or wear their gear at the end of the season.
So is it wrong for me to have like different team players jerseys in my house? Like, you know, if I have this Kevin, like I have a Kevin Garnett over here autograph. So is that okay to have that in the house?
Yes.
Garnett
So
played in
when
Minnesota.
you start purchasing merchandise of a team at the exact moment that they get into a pinnacle situation, what you become is a bandwagon fan. That's not wrong. You can buy what you want to buy, but don't pretend that it's in your heart. You just riding a wave. You a wave runner.
No way.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. No, you know what? You in Chicago, Windy City, you were hype.
A kite.
tripping, bro. You tripping. I mean, like what? I mean,
Hey, I'm just dropping metaphors.
So is it wrong for me to have an Alvin Iverson autographed jersey sitting up here? Is that wrong?
No. We're not saying that's wrong for you to have somebody else's. Growing up, my favorite two teams in basketball were the Spurs, always will be the Spurs, and Detroit Pistons. Isaiah Thomas was my favorite basketball player. But I don't have anything from Pistons, and I don't claim to be that's my team, but I liked watching his games.
Cobweb, did you hear the newest diss track that Deborah wrote for you?
No, I did not.
What?
It
I
doesn't-
put it in the group.
She actually wrote more than half of the lyrics and then left the rest up to AI.
Oh shit,
Bro,
she's
I'm
about to
bothered.
get a Taylor Swift on, and it's gonna be a whole album about Cobweb.
Wow. Is this gonna make the vinyl record? Is this
Maybe.
gonna come here?
You never know.
Maybe.
It's gonna be a battle record. It's gonna be Dev versus Dev side, then Cobweb side. You flip it over.
You want to hear half of it real quick?
Do
Hell
I
yeah.
have to?
Oh,
Yeah, sure. Turn it on. Why not? I ain't got nothing else better.
Yeah! San Antonio, stand up! 2-1-0! Go Spurs, go! Go Spurs, go! Yeah! Hold up, what we got here? Last year Bulls gear, now the Knicks appear. Brand new hoodie, brand new hat. Still got the sticker on the brim and all that. Never heard a Knicks tape, never heard a Knicks sound. Now the playoffs hit, and he reppin' downtown. Photo after photo, pose after pose, orange and blue head to toe. Everybody knows where was that Phantom in December's cold? Where was that loyalty when the season got old? Now the finals here, suddenly he's a believer. Bandwagon riding faster than a four-door Beamer. Bubble bandwagoners, floating wherever the winning team wander in. Bubble bandwagoners, new gear shine brighter than the arena lights in. 2-1-0, go Spurs, go! 2-1-0, go Spurs, go! Cobweb switch lanes, took a hard right turn. Forgot all them Bulls jerseys stacked up and burned. Now we talking Knicks history, talking Knicks pride, like he's been there forever on a ride. Fresh hoodie crease, fresh cap clean, looks like it came from the store that morning. Know what I mean? Taking selfies at work, taking selfies all day, making sure everybody sees the logo display. Spurs fans laughing, Spurs fans know. We seen this movie before, it's a familiar show. When the winds start changing and the standings move, bubble bandwagoners find a brand new groove. Who you with? Knicks. Since when? Last week. Who you with? Knicks. Since when? Last week. Who you with? Knicks. Since when? Last week.
I told Deborah, I was like, I'm gotta not piss her off.
You say something?
All right, let's get back to Tucker and Dale versus Evil. Unlike
that's
Trucker
probably
and
a good
Deb
idea.
versus Tubi that Cobweb was trying to bring up.
Man. I'm
Hey.
really thinking something, but
What, Deb?
no. Let's talk about Tucker and Dale.
What, Deb?
I was
I
gonna
got
say, what do you call it? The song, Cobb brought that onto himself because I was just saying something. I forgot what I was saying. And I said, oh, I'm going to make a, joking around, I'm going to make a diss track too. He said, does it look like I'm scared?
That's right, he did say that.
And then I was like,
I
oh,
remember that.
it's on now.
I remember that. He said, I got too much going on for that stuff to be
And then
fine."
and then he threw in the Wimby emoji with the swinging arms. I was like, okay, now he's throwing shots. So it's on now.
Oh man, shots fired. It's
Yep.
a warning shot. Oh man.
So, affable hillbillies Tucker and Dale are on vacation at their dilapidated mountain cabin when they are mistaken for murderers by a group of preppy college students. Director Eli Craig and the people we said earlier on starring in it. From 2010, rated R, 1 hour, 29 minutes. Tucker and Dale versus Evil. I do want to point out, if you do have the Blu-ray or the DVD, there is a option on here. I don't know if y'all saw the picture that I sent to the chat, where you could see the movie through the eyes of the college kids instead of through Tucker and Dale.
Huh. Is it just edits or is it actual extra footage?
There's a couple of little clips that are extra, but the rest is just, it's an edit of the actual footage.
Gotcha.
And
It's only like 17 or 20 minutes long.
Yeah. I was laughing
Yeah,
because
they had a real screwed up sense of reality, man.
The easiest way to describe this movie is, it's the two friends, Tucker and Dale, and they are hillbilly-ish. They're running the hillbilly stereotype, and then there is the college kids coming into town, going to the creepy gas station, and judging the book by the cover, the college kids think that the two creepy hillbillies are creepy hillbillies, and it leads to I was surprised how different this movie was. I'll throw that out there right now before we go into it. I actually enjoyed this movie. I did not own it on DVD. We streamed it, and then I ordered it on Amazon for like $6-7. This podcast not brought to you by Amazon, but Bezos, if you want to throw us some money,
Hey,
we'll help get your Amazon product out there. Get the name Amazon out there for you.
yeah, nobody heard of it anyway. So yeah, we got you. But dude, there's one thing about this movie that was tripped out, that
It's
set
wrong.
the tone for it. It would set the tone for why they believed that they were kind of like goofy hillbilly guys. It was the fact when he came up there to go talk to her, he couldn't really get his words out. So he sounded like a freaking degenerate. And he had that freaking big ass sickle in his damn hand. That's not, you know what I'm saying? That's not a good opening look.
So Tucker and Dale are going out to they saved up some money, and they're just two friends, and they're saved up some money for a cabin in the woods, which looks just like the cabin from like Evil Dead, which looks just like the cabin from Cabin in the Woods again. And they're heading out that way. They're a little goofy, but that's going to be their summer home, so they can get away from all their problems and all that. And there is a scene at the beginning before you even see the college kids where they're trying to drink and drive, and then I think Tucker spills a beer, and then Dale goes to pick it up or whatever, and his head gets stuck underneath the steering wheel right when the cops go to pull him over.
And he goes up and his shirt comes off.
Almost reminded me of Harlan Williams in Dumb and Dumber when he pulls over.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it pulls him over and he drinks the pea bottle of beer.
Oh my God.
But then come the college kids, which is all the stereotypes: the stoner guy, the jock jerk,
Token.
Oh yeah, I mean, well, he was kind of mixed in as the athletic. Well, the black guy was mixed in as kind of like the preppy stoner and athlete. But then wasn't the main douchebag's name Chad? Like literally, he was a Chad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then there's a couple of blondes, and the final girl in this movie is not the stereotypical. Well, actually, she kind of is in a way because she keeps on hitting her head. She runs into shit all the time.
Yeah, she's a goofy Disney princess.
Wait a minute. No, stuff runs into her. Okay. That's not her fault. A lot of the time when she got hit with something in her head in this movie, it wasn't because she ran into it. It's because somebody threw something at her damn head, or they came up swinging and she didn't know.
Well,
that's the definition of accident pronality.
Yes, she is accident prone. There is a magnet in her head that draws her head to, injury. Yeah. So we've watched the movie a couple of times already, And did y'all notice the sound change? Like whenever you were going through Tucker and Dale's experience through their point of view, there was either no music or there was kind of like some jaunty little happy kind of country music playing lightly in the background. But whenever you went to the college kids' point of view, and this isn't in the extra stuff, their point of view, I'm talking about in the point of view in the movie, the music was like drone, the droning sound and like the horror music for them. And then when it cut back to and when it cut back to Tucker and Dale, it was all just ding 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 ding, all happy and everything.
It made sense. It made perfect sense because Tucker and Dale weren't living in a horror movie. They were just living their happy life.
Right.
Those guys were living in the horror movie, so they had to have the horror music.
Exactly. This movie is really smart. I don't know. To me, this is one of those movies that I don't know what we're going to say about it. That's why I was bullshitting so much at the beginning, because I like this movie a lot and it's very smart. And I think a lot of people should see it. And I don't know.
Dude, really, they really took it too far. Okay. They took it really too far.
There is blood and guts and gore in this movie, and some of our pod people aren't into horror, but I don't know if they're not into horror because of the blood and guts, or if they're not into horror because of the suspense and the fear or anything like that. Because once you realize that this movie is a comedy, there's no scariness to it. It's after that, it's just straight comedy. Once you get it, and if you're listening to this pod first, you're gonna get it. It's a comedy, and it's a point of view. It's judging a book by its cover.
It's kind of like Evil Dead 2 in that there's a slapstick quality to the entire thing.
I don't know.
Everything is a series of unfortunate events and a filtered perspective. They're contrasting perspectives. This movie's super smart.
Once you start seeing the difference between their point of views, besides when they run into each other at the gas station, later on, Tucker and Dale are out fishing at night.
Yes.
Right, just because they're trying to relax, and they were there first, to be honest with you. And then the college kids show up and they decide they want to go skinny dipping. And Tucker and Dale had already ran into them at the gas station, and they were referring to them as college kids. Hey, college kids, you college kids. And so they see them skinny dipping, and they're catching it. I don't know if you want to say it's creepy or not, but yeah, it is kind of creepy. They're catching a few views through what are those called? When in the swamp water that look like hot dogs on a stick.
Cattails.
Yes, as they're looking through those, they see them skinny dipping, and then here's the main blonde. I want to look up her name. I don't want to just call her the main blonde.
She played the main blonde in the same movie too.
Allison.
That area didn't seem too safe to be doing skinny dipping.
Right.
Let's just be honest.
I mean, at night in swampy water in a place you've never been to, and Chad was the one that led them all out there. It was his idea to go out there. And
drove the whole thing.
Yes, and then before they even went out into that part of the woods, they were telling spooky stories. And of course, here comes the trope of a horror film. It was 20 years ago tonight, where
in this very land.
Yes, the weather was just like right now, and somebody escaped, and blah blah blah, which we'll get back to later on. It's very important to the story. And so they're out there skinny dipping, and then Allison's up on this high rock. Right? Oh, look, there's a picture of her right there. She's up on this high rock and falls down when she sees Tucker and Dale in the boat, thinking that they're being peeping Toms, when actually they were there first. And as she falls down, all her friends kind of like aren't even paying attention. And then she doesn't come back up from the water. So Tucker and Dale go and save her life. She's got blood coming out of the side of her head and everything like that. Yeah. And they pull her into the boat, and they're like, hey, college kids, we got your friend. Hey, we got your friend over here. But it cuts to the college kids' point of view, and they hear, hey, college kids, we've got your friend. And then they start running away, and it's so stupid because they're just helping her in the boat, and they're trying to get the friend's attention. Hey, come get her and all that. And then when the college kids stop from running, And they're like, what did you see? And one guy says, they were eating her face. They were nowhere close to eating her face.
Well, because they saw the blood on her face, so they thought that
Don't give them no excuses.
This is why communication is so important.
Yeah, it is.
This is why, because Tucker and Dale are two hapless imbeciles, well-meaning.
Yes.
They should have said, hey, your friend fell. We're going to get her some first aid. But no, just like standing there with the sickle at the gas station, they're just brothering on. And they did. They said, we got your friend. And that right there is so ambiguous that it's understandable why the college kids interpreted it as bad. And then you had the bad guy reinforcing the issue because he had an ulterior motive in the first place.
And the college kids were high and drunk as well.
I would say they didn't even try to go save her.
Not until the next day when they go back to save her. And so when Allison wakes up the next day, here's Dale making her breakfast in bed. She's got her head wrapped and she's wearing a whole bunch of his clothes.
And then they take out the bandage, and she's absolutely unmarked, unscathed,
with great hair. There was blood coming through the bandage. There was the blood spot and everything like that.
It off, she was,
I think she even did the hair swoosh. Yeah, but
they clotted up. They probably put something on it. They clotted up. Chuck and Dale. They had some coagulant just there, just handy, just. They probably did, bro. They know what they know. They came prepared.
They had some. They had some chewing tobacco to put on the bee stings. Yeah.
They got some molasses for that cut right there.
Oh man, them jokers was not trained well at all.
So she realizes that there's nothing bad about him, And so they leave her in the house, and he was playing Trivia Pursuit with her.
He Trivial Pursuit master.
Yes, he points out earlier in the movie that it's his favorite game, and then you realize he's like an idiot savant. Like he knows he says that he doesn't know a lot of stuff, but he never forgets things. So he has a photographic memory. And so he's whooping her ass in the game. And then later on, Tucker and Dale are outside walking through the woods, and the college kids are sneaking up. Now they're trying to find her now that it's daytime. And Dale says something along the lines, "Yeah, let's get back over there. That way I can finish off the girl, and then we can get back to digging the ditch," because they were digging a latrine.
Yep.
And when you step on him, as a matter of fact, he said, "Oh yeah, man, I was beating the shit out of her."
Yeah. On Trivia Pursuit.
Yes,
you're right.
Trivia Pursuit.
Yeah. So, but the college kids didn't hear it. Yeah.
It's like an episode of Three's Company, man.
Three Stooges.
Both.
No, it was like Three's Company. That was how always the episodes of Three's Company always played out. That it was somebody listening to somebody else's conversation,
minus the nipples.
What they're actually, yeah. That's what it was always about. You thinking you're hearing something, and then it's something else.
Did you ever see? Okay, hold on. We're going into another dimension here. Did you ever see the episode of Three's Company where Miss Furley she starts doing art? I said art. She's doing art.
Go ahead over there and do your art. Over here. I'm looking for waiting for the art to burn.
Exactly. She's doing some art, and she's making floral bouquets and stuff like that. And one of the bouquets that she makes that goes out to be judged, right, has a leaf that looks just like a weed leaf, but it's another plant. It's another another species of plant or whatever, but that doesn't have THC in it. And Mr. Furley and and Jack and Janet, I think it is. I don't think Chrissy was in on it. They're trying to hide the plant before she gets arrested and all that. And I think Jack eats it, then he's all acting like he got high. Yeah. But there's no THC in it, so he didn't get high.
Oh my God, I used to watch that show all the time. How could you not watch that?
That was
show?
on regular TV, folks, back in the day. I know nowadays you're like, oh, that's nothing. But back in the day, thinking about, some guy who they thought was gay eating weed, on TV, prime time.
Oh, yes.
It was unheard of, man, that this guy was living with these two hot chicks. That was like, you can't stay here, in an apartment building and say this is the situation that you're living in. Nowadays, that would be no big deal. Who's ever on the lease, that's it. It wouldn't be like a situation where they would try to say that you can't stay there, but that was what it was back then. You couldn't live like that. They had like sanctions like that in people's apartment buildings.
So I want to point.
You couldn't even be brown. Redlining.
Yeah.
Did I get too deep? My bad.
No. You ruined my subtle segue that I was about to go into. But no, that reminds.
I'm always ruining your jokes and your segues unintentionally. I'm sorry. I'm a step ahead of you every single time.
I thought we were supposed to be talking about Tucker and Dale.
No, we'll get there. We'll get there in a little bit.
Dale.
Like I said, yeah, Trucker. There's, if we talk about this movie, we're going to talk about like all this good stuff, this whatever, blah blah blah, and it's whatever. So, anyways, going back to the segue, which led to a memory that you just gave me right now, Cantu. I went to Jefferson Davis Middle School, which in San Antonio is on the east side of town, and we talked
out like a sore thumb.
Yeah, we talked about that. But Reverend, he was our like social studies teacher, right? Clyde, and he was the, like, I'll never forget the reaction of the class when he showed us the Voodoo Ranger. They have that at HEB, don't they? This podcast not brought to you by HEB. Anyways, so he was the first one to show us the posters and the postings that they would put in these small towns, where it was like, if you're white, you're all right. If you're brown, stick around. If you're black, stay back. But you bringing that up about being brown and not being able to rent an apartment back in the day and all that triggered an not even eighth grade, 7th grade social studies class. And Reverend Glosson. If you're still around, Mr. Glosson, thank you very much. He saved my ass one time when I got into a fight. That's what I'm talking.
Oh, did I ever get separated in a fight? Oh, yeah.
No, that's not what I'm asking. I'm asking if you heard that album and said. Okay, so that not so smooth segue, going back to my previously was going to be smooth segue, talking about signing leases and all that. Within the next couple of weeks, you will not be seeing this background. That's why I didn't put much effort into fixing it up today. You will not be seeing the background behind Cantu or anything like that either, because on the 19th, we are signing the lease to Cast of the Pod Studios.
We gonna have a studio. We gonna have a studio. No, you got a bubble. No, you got a bubble. You're fine.
Unfortunately, your bubble does not.
As hell.
Yes.
That is cool.
It's not actually going to be called Cast of the Pod Studios. We'll get into the name of it later on once we officially name it. But Cast of the Pod will be appearing in our studio. So that'll be one of the products
Patreon.
coming out of there.
Thank you, Patreon. Thank you, all everybody, for supporting us for this time. That's out there that's sticking around for this and helping this show grow. All those people out there that's listening to this podcast and enjoy it. Thank you so much, every single one of you. Thank you.
Inch by inch, we're moving on up.
Yep.
Going from Three's Company to the Jeffersons. And then the Jeffersons segueing into Tropic Thunder. You need to hear the director's commentary of Tropic Thunder. It was there when I bought Tucker and Dale. It says people who buy this normally buy this, and I'm like, fuck it, I'll get that too.
Yeah.
Bezos.
You're the target customer.
Bezos is
the demographic.
That's what I'm saying. Bezos is subliminal purchasing there. It's a small company called Amazon. So maybe if they hit us up with, we can help get their name out there.
Yeah, that
Their
really
new
helped
studio.
with the studio.
Yeah.
And maybe one day when Cobb comes down, I'll be in the
I just hit Deborah with the microphone on accident. She's there turning in her chair like this. And then Cobweb comes into town, then he can studio.
You know what?
She's
Like-
Next time they have a
like
next time they have like a premium WWE event out there, like a big major one, we'll be there.
usually it's like Royal Rumble
Yeah.
that we have here.
I'm not that big of a fan of the world.
This motherfucker. Going back to Tucker. Going back to Tucker and Dale. So when they go to Shanghai, Tucker and Dale, because now they know where the apartment's at. Not the apartment, the cabin is at. My favorite scene, and it sets it up, and it's so damn obvious. Tucker's out there with the wood chipper, throwing logs into the wood chipper, just
Getting the Fargo on.
so that, yes, exactly, Fargoing it. So when Tucker and Dale are there working, right? You hear them talking, you hear them people walking around and all that. The blonde is helping dig the latrine because she grew up on a farm, you know, and she's upset.
Do the work.
Yeah, she's upset with her friends because her friends ran off with her. So she's just chilling there, hanging out with Dale and actually helping with the work and all that. So, but when you're in their point of view, you know, it's just everything's cool. As soon as you cut back to the point of view of the college students, you hear their like it's heavy duty with the sound effects, and it's very metallic stings and like I don't know.
They were intensed out.
Well,
They're thinking these guys are out there trying to kill them. They've already taken one friend of theirs, you know, and they're like, hey, what are we going to do out here? We can't get the doggone signal on the phones. Nothing's really working.
Technically, I think it would have been two friends by this time, right?
Yeah. Well, no.
Yeah, because old boy, was that when old boy killed himself? He ran into that.
He ran into a branch and impaled himself.
Yeah.
And they were like, they killed Jeff or whatever his name was.
And that's when they wrote, no, before that, isn't that, okay, when they wrote the note on the log, we got your friend.
Yeah.
So
Describe it. What do you say? I'll describe it.
I'll inscribe it on here. He's like, I don't have a piece of paper. What do we do? And he had a hatchet, and they had the hatchet that they left there.
Oh, yeah.
And he inscribed on a log, we have your friend. Because that's all that would fit on there. No, but the funny thing was Tucker was cutting into a log with a chainsaw. This is separate from the wood chipper. And he cuts into a hornet's nest.
Yes.
Right. And it was right when they were like, maybe we should go talk to them. Maybe it's just a big misunderstanding. We can find out what's going on. And as soon as they start walking up to the cabin, then Tucker comes out with the chainsaw, Texas Chainsaw Massacre style, just in the air because he's getting attacked by hornets. And like his face is all swollen and everything like that. And he's trying to hit him with the chainsaw, and everybody starts.
360.
It's such a perfect and obvious homage to Chainsaw, the Massacre. But then they start running in the woods, and he sees them running. And what do you do when you see somebody running?
You run.
You run after them.
You run in the same direction, run away from whatever they're running away from, right?
Yeah.
And so that one kid's running. And then Tucker's right there alongside him with the chainsaw, and he's looking at him. Tucker passes him up. So now the kid is chasing after Tucker. And the kid's kind of looking like, wait a minute, this guy's running. He's not chasing after me. And as soon as he realizes that some shit's going on, he runs right into a branch and impales himself through the lungs.
Yep.
So that was probably the only college kid that actually that realized what was going on.
I think, didn't he see realized it that the bees were around him.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. He realized what was going on. He caught on with the bees, and then he caught on that Tucker ran past him, not after him.
But Tucker's a dumbass. Why the hell would he think that he's going to be able to kill a hornet with a damn chainsaw?
I don't think he knew it was there because it was inside the.
It was inside the log.
It was inside the log.
Chainsaw. You should have dropped the chainsaw and just took
You
off
ain't
running.
no. This goes back into Cobweb's bubble world. I didn't want to go into this shit. I know we were picking on him because of his all of a sudden he's a New York Knicks fan. But I didn't want to give Cobweb shit today. But this just goes back to your bubble world, Cobb.
What are you talking about?
Have you never fucking been just like walking into your yard or going somewheres, and then you walk into a spider web, and then all of a sudden you become a fucking kung fu master? And trying to get all that shit out? Or do you have people to walk into the webs for you?
He named himself after something he's never experienced.
Exactly.
He's always tell myself, what is the unattainable? never really to be in the presence of a cobweb. It indicates dirtiness and laziness and dustiness.
I would.
Sweet Lord. He had people sweeping away cobwebs from his crib when he was growing up.
Look,
He has one little child that walks in front of him throwing rose petals for him to walk on. And then there's another one. And there's another
It's a rented child.
And then there's a slightly taller child walking like this, just swinging his arms like that, trying to dust cobwebs and pollen out of the way.
And then there's another child behind cobwebs sweeping up the rose petals so the place don't be dirty when he's done.
Right. And throws them away, does not reuse the rose petals.
No.
why would you?
We don't recycle rose petals.
What is this?
I shall not
Who does that?
I shall not defile my Sergio Tacchini matching shoes that go along with the sweatsuit.
What? I mean, come on, man. Look, if you're gonna say it right, man. All right. It's pronounced Sergio Tacchini.
That's what I said.
Oh, you didn't.
He said say it right. And then you said Sergio Tacchini. It's Sergio Tacchini.
Stanley Tucci. Exactly.
Stanley Tucci. You guys, it's too much today. I don't know what I'm going to do with y'all. Every day, every week is the same thing. Every week we come on here to do this podcast about this show, and it turns to you guys giving me a hard time about something that is just lavish. You know, there's nothing that's wrong with that. You know, I'm just living my life, bro. You know, I'm just living my life. Out here enjoying myself every day. You know,
be enjoying yourself.
Yeah, man. I'm like, this is like what Nas was talking about. You know, when you get to this age where you at, you know, you just get rich. You know, and happiness and joy and financially. You know. And
humility just seems to completely effervescently float away.
What? Humility? Come on, man. I'm the more of the humble persons that you would probably ever meet. Okay? But I still believe in the concept that if you don't toot your own horn, nobody hear the music. There you go. Sometimes you got to step up. Sometimes you have to be selfish.
I can understand that, respect that, but sometimes when you toot your own horn, it's like.
What in the hell was that?
This is a battle of the low quality horns,
right?
Dude, this time it's fucking crap ass Zoom. It's crap ass Zoom's fault because Cobweb doesn't want us to use Riverside. He's Riverside blocking us.
I never said for us to switch over to Riverside or to Zoom or to anything else. I just said, yeah, whatever you guys want to do, just do it. You know, don't blame me. You know, don't sit up here and just try to put this junk off on me on Cobweb Day. This is not shit on
Cobweb Day.
This is not shit on Cobweb Day.
I got no time for none of this. I don't interest myself in this. Don't put this on me.
No, man. Exactly.
When did this become Cobweb Day?
He said when he woke up
today. Yeah, right.
Because today.
What are you talking about, Dan? When I woke up this morning.
He's like, only on the days that end with Y.
It's always Cobweb Day. This whole thing revolves around me. You guys haven't figured that out yet.
Touche.
That's your bubble. Your
bubble
bubble world.
You know,
regardless, so we go back to Tucker and Dale. All the college kids somehow find a way to off themselves accidentally. One jumps into the wood chipper. As we were talking about the wood chipper earlier, you knew that one of them happened to just go to tackle Tucker as he ducked. He didn't even duck. He was bending over to pick up another log to throw in there.
Yeah.
And so
it was
Tucker and Dale start thinking that the kids are in a don't say the word because then I'm telling myself don't say the word because then we're gonna get shadow banned.
Okay, in those bad situations.
They the kids were unaliving themselves.
Yeah.
That's what Tucker and Dale thought they were doing on purpose. So they thought they were in a, I'll say it, I don't give a fuck. They thought they were in a suicide pact.
Yeah, they did.
So now you go
Because
from
that was what it was.
Well, no, well the kids thought they were saving their friend,
Oh,
and
yeah,
Tucker
no,
and Dale thought
to
they
them,
were offing themselves.
It was almost like it was, man, because I could never see so many people kill themselves that bad. I'm just gonna go head first into a wood chipper. Okay, that's great.
It finally gets to the point where it's the next to last girl, and then talking about horror movie tropes, the black guy didn't die first. So it's the
How did
next
he die?
it's the next to the last girl, the black guy, and then Chad, and then the blonde Allison that are left. And
How
Allison,
did the black guy die?
so that's where we're getting to right now. Him and the next to last girl get to the cabin, and they're talking to Allison, and she explains it, and they're like, oh, okay. So they're realizing what's going on and everything's good. Right when Chad walks in trying to save her, and then he throws a firebomb and burns the black guy.
Oh yeah.
And is Chad, or is it the guy that's getting burnt? Is he the guy that accidentally hits the next to last girl in the face with a weed eater and grinds all her face off and there's just bone left?
It's the. I don't remember.
It doesn't matter. She gets her face grinded off. The other guy gets burnt.
Oh, it's the guy that got burnt because then he was yelling and going, she was supposed to duck.
But the thing is that, they finally realized what was going on. And so now we get to the point where I skipped over the cop getting there. The cop. The cabin that Tucker and Dale are buying is obviously the killer from back in the day's cabin, because it's booby trapped and it's got spikes that come down from the roof, and it's got the newspaper clippings of all the people that are missing and everything like that. And Tucker and Dale are so goofy. They're like, hey, look, it's a coupon for buy one, get one free, never expires. They don't even realize the context clues of what's going on. You all right, Deb? And this is where we find out that Chad, who was telling the story about his parents, that had the mom had gotten. Was he saying that the mom got killed? No, that his dad got killed.
Right.
And that his mom ran away and left him with the grandmother. This is the story the grandmother told Chad. Right.
It was really weird. That story whole thing, there was a lot of holes in that story.
What we end up finding out, though, is that Chad's mom was the final girl of that group, and she had been held hostage and attacked and pillaged by the killer. So Chad was actually the bastard son of the killer from 20 years ago.
Yeah.
And
that's why that just triggered him.
Baby.
And that's why he's had all these horrible things about him, these attributes. And it wasn't just that he was an asshole or anything like that. It's just he was continuing in the footsteps of his father unknowingly.
Yeah, he needed some medication.
Yeah. And so when he finds out that Allison's just hanging out with Dale, he flips out because he wanted Allison. And then that's when he becomes the villain of it and ties her up like old school style. Like, I can't remember the villain with the mustache.
Mighty Whiplash.
The curly mustache where he would tie the woman up to the train.
The train track.
Yeah.
Snidely Whiplash.
Snidely Whiplash. Yes, there you go. I thought you were saying Mikey Whiplash, the wrestler from ECW back in the day. I was like, no. But no, you're correct. Snidely. And in the cartoons, that was one of the things they would do. They'd tie him up to a log going into a log splitter blade, and that's what he put her on.
He did.
And
Classic.
I was waiting for the Mountie to show up.
yeah. Needless to say, Tucker and Dale saved the day. The kids had captured Tucker. We didn't even talk about that. We glossed over that. And cut a couple of his fingers off.
Oh yeah, that was so
They
mean.
kidnapped their dog.
Yes. Kidnapped the dog also. Had the dog hostage with the axe next to his head, right? That's how they got the axe. Yes.
Yeah, you know.
Because the dog understood that.
The dog was just
How did the
sitting
dog
there
die?
like. Dog didn't die.
The dog didn't die.
He didn't?
No, I don't
He
know.
took off running.
One of the reasons I didn't want to talk too much about this movie is I don't know how to describe. I knew the way that we would describe it wouldn't do it justice. And this is not only is this a good movie, but it's a multiple watch movie. And I know we haven't got to the ratings yet or anything like that. It's just that, yeah, unfortunately, this is one of the ones that you know, can't joke around too much about it or anything like that, because I think it's good. Period.
It was all right. Ain't nobody saying that it was bad. I mean, I haven't heard anything, you know, besides them mugs being some straight fools. I mean, let me tell you something. That whole thing with the log. I mean, how intense if I saw that, I would be thinking these fools are crazy as hell. You know, who does that? Who leaves a note in a log?
We have your friend.
We have your friend. Who does that? Who? I mean, what
Apparently
in
they
your
do.
mind? Jeez. And this dude gets away with the girl.
Well, I don't get to the end of the movie and they're hanging out. They go out on a date, which, as y'all established earlier with the sickle, when he walked up to them at the gas station, he had the sickle in his hand, not even realizing he had a sickle in his hand. He was kind of like Raj from Big Bang Theory, where he couldn't talk to women, period. Any kind of women. You know, not just ones that he was interested in or anything like that. And by the end of the movie, like, he's comfortable around her. He's talking to her. They're out in society bowling. What was with that guy? Was he attacking the people behind them? Was he a killer?
Yes, he was.
And then he
Absolutely unchained psychopathic behavior was happening right there.
Oh
I
my God.
literally thought that he was going to be like, I'll be right back. I got to go take care of my friend. No, this guy was drooling at the mouth psychopath.
So explaining what we're talking about, at the end of the movie, Tucker is in the hospital and they've reattached his fingers. The funny thing is, one of the fingers was a female finger. Yeah, it was a girl finger with fingernail polish and all that. He's like, did it always look like that? And they're like, yeah. So Dale he's talking about how he was going to ask her out, but before he had a chance to ask her out, she asked him, hey, you want to go bowling? And so they go bowling, and I think she throws a strike or something like that. And Dale's there talking to another one of his friends who looks very hillbilly-ish. And he tells her, yeah, man, sometimes you just got to shoot your shot and, you know, go talk to the girl that you like or whatever, blah, blah, blah. And then Allison and Dale are there talking, and it looks like they're going to have a happy existence. I don't know if they're going to be, yeah.
Hey, they're cool.
I don't know if there's going to be a ball retrieval in the gutter or anything like that, but
yeah, it will be. Hey, he saved her life.
In the gutter, and the bone porn is.
That's an automatic that she got to.
But in the background,
allegedly, she has to do that because he saved her life. She should do that.
Oh, she's guilt tripped into putting out.
Yeah, I mean, that's a given. I mean, you know, like, there's like certain things that you do, you know, like as a man, you know, just, I don't believe I'm saying this.
Ladies and gentlemen, the thoughts and views of Cobweb do not necessarily represent the thoughts and views of Cast of the Pod, any of its members, or any. Yes, yes.
Keep the bubble closed.
Oh yeah.
But so in the background, that's where the toothless hillbilly friend is knocking out another girl, and he's dragging her away, caveman in the cartoon style, by her foot. He was shooting his shot. So even though the whole movie is saying that the stereotype of the deep woods hillbilly is not the psycho killer, the friend of the not the psycho killer is apparently a psycho killer.
Yep.
Oh yeah. I mean, this is how it is, man.
Layering of messaging in this movie. It's part of what makes it a great fucking movie.
When you look deeply into it, that's just showing that we are all individuals. Everybody is an individual. Don't judge the book by its cover.
Exactly. Sometimes you're right, just not about the people that you're interacting with at the moment.
Exactly.
Yeah. And you know, don't judge a bubble by, you know.
It's outer layers.
Oh no, most bubbles are exactly how the bubbles are.
Yeah.
Did you notice that my camera cases, my equipment cases right here with the boombox on top looks like the robot from Pee-wee's Playhouse?
Well, nobody looking at your camera cases.
I just looked at it right now. So this is a camera case, this is an audio case, this is an accessory case, and then there's a flash case underneath it. But it looks like the robot from Pee-wee's Playhouse. Remember?
It looks like Lego E.T.
I can see that too. No, Johnny 5 is alive.
With the boombox being the face.
Yeah, the radio's the face.
Wow.
I didn't even
Look, and if you look at the arms, it's raising a fist over here. There's that cowboy hat. He's raising a fist. This is a revolutionary robot you got going on over there.
He's a Spurs fan.
The robot saying, "Fight the AC power."
That was bad. That was really bad. Man. Hey, so I didn't give a shout out to Big Merce and the Groundways for taking me to that White Sox game a couple weeks ago.
Here we go. That's pretty cool.
What? Yeah, it was pretty dope. Merce got tickets for us all to go to the White Sox game. We're supposed to be going to the Chicago Sky game this coming up month. Groundways, every month that they do it, they have like a special, you know, a good day out or something like that, a group outing, you know. So last month, it was the Chicago White Sox game. That was my second time ever going to that ballpark, you know. So, yeah.
You know how many times I've been there?
Probably none.
Exactly.
Yeah, right. And then this month, we're going to the Chicago Sky game. So it's going to suck because Angel Reese isn't there, but whatever. It still should be a good
Chicago
time.
Sky. What team is that?
It's the WNBA. Yeah. Last time I was in that building was the night that they won the championship. That was the first time I ever seen a real major sport ever win a championship game. It was pretty cool.
Interesting.
Pretty cool.
We went to a WNBA game one time.
Yeah.
We had skybox seats, and there was like 10 of us, and we didn't watch more than like 3 minutes of the game because the I don't know if we can say who gave us their. Some people have the boxes all the time, no matter what the events are, and this particular person was like, "Hey, do you know somebody?" And they're like, "Yeah," and it was wrestling related, right? That's how we got through. Yeah. And so one of the companies we used to be with, TNT, all of the 10 of us went. And yeah, the skybox was pretty cool. Not saying that that WNBA game years and years ago was very boring. Not saying that at all. And that there was only maybe 400 people in the entire arena, but you know.
Hey, it was packed there. Hey, it was in the middle of a championship run. So it was packed in Chicago. Everybody was showed up there. I saw Chance the Rapper. I saw Jesse Jackson in the crowd. You know, it was crazy, man.
I thought Jesse Jackson was dead.
Parker.
I thought he had passed away.
He was alive during that time when they won the championship.
Oh, I thought you were talking about this recent one. I'm trying to call you out on some bullshit because I can hear your Knicks hat in the background.
No, man, they haven't won. The last time they won a championship was a while. That was when Candace Parker was here. So she was awesome. She was really good.
So soon you're going to see Deb, myself, and Cantu at the Cast of the Pod studios, right? You know what I found when we were on the search for studios?
What did you find, John?
We went to this one location that had space, and it was like, okay, so we're booked the next day to do a walkthrough. And we started looking, and there was other places there. So it's like, all right, let's go to these places there. And then one of them was a video game store. You know, we wanted to not case the place, but we wanted to look at the layout without being walked through. You know what I mean?
Yeah, unbiased.
Yeah, somewhat. And this is what I found.
Oh my God. I used to play that damn football game all the time. I had so many hours sitting on the couch playing that stupid ass game. Does it take a 9-volt battery still?
No, this one's AA.
It took a double A.
This is the second generation one. Yeah, the original one had the 9 volt.
Yeah, that's the one I had.
I can hear the sounds now.
It's like my LGN car, Corvette. That was so dope.
No, I was gonna bring that up. All right,
fucking Corvette sounds like.
So
what are you talking about, Josh?
So Pod People, Cobweb finally is interacting in our chat thread, right? And he sends this. Oh, don't you remember when you had this toy? Blah 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 blah. It was like a $250 programmable, not just remote control. Because when you're old like us, back in the day, Radio Shack had remote control cars. And they had one that was wired. The wire was on it and it just went forward. And then when you let go, it would go backwards and turn to the right and then forward. And then
follow it.
Yeah, you know. And then they had another one that was remote controlled, but it would only turn left and then it would go forward and backwards. Right. Then they
had that one. I had the one with the remote.
Then they had the Cobweb one that had the remote, had built-in sound effects, and you can program it on the actual fucking vehicle. And Cobweb's like, you remember when you had one of those? No, motherfucker, I don't remember because nobody had $250 fucking dollars for a toy like that back then.
It wasn't even real to us. It didn't exist for us.
It didn't cost $250. I don't know what my dad paid for it, but it was pretty dope. And it didn't have.
That's why they gave us the key cards. Do you remember key cards, Josh? Where it was like little lunchbox cars, and you stick them on a plastic key, and you squeeze it, and then the
little just bing shoots off.
See, food stamp people know what that was about. Cobweb out here had radio frequency, motherfucking FCC regulated toys growing up.
So
we out here rocking with plug-in plastic key cards.
Some of us were grateful to get a G.I. Joe action figure every now and then, and knew you weren't going to get the base, knew you weren't going to get the helicopter. So you didn't even ask. You didn't even put your hopes and dreams.
Oh no, a whole ring on the floor? Sir, you got Optimus Prime. That's it for like 8 months.
maybe Optimus Prime.
Oh man,
you know,
I remember. I asked whatever I asked for one Christmas, I got.
That's
the
beautiful.
The problem is I didn't get it. I didn't get it because they didn't have it at the store. Because I couldn't get the aerial bots that Christmas, but I did get the Constructicons. And I got this huge freaking Voltron thing. And my brother, he made out like a freaking bandit that year in Christmas too. Because he got Omega Supreme, what year? And he got an Optimus Prime. And he got like 2-3 of those Max things or something like that, game toys. All that stuff, man. We used to rack up when we were kids.
Now that's why my grown ass has a fucking Optimus Prime. But look, I'm still so broke that this isn't the Optimus Prime that transforms. Oh, because this is the Ghostbusters edition Optimus Prime.
It's Optimus Beta. Oh, okay.
Optimus Prime. But it doesn't transform because there's only $5. Look, it's got a robot on the bottom.
Oh man, that's bad.
I can't buy the transforming one's like $500. So I was gifted this one for like $7. So,
you know what? That LGN car was so badass. It was so badass because you lifted up the hood and that's how you programmed it. I think you could program up to do 277 things.
It's not in my memory. It's not in my memory because I could not go to that part of the store.
There's nothing that you could say right now, Cobweb, that we're going to be able to relate to in regards to these toys.
Didn't you guys have like the tabletop video games?
We had tables, fortunately.
Tabletop video games?
We used to put a book under the legs so that the table wouldn't rock when we ate.
You know what I'm talking about?
Some ramen noodles and then the soup spills because the table's wobbling.
What is a tabletop video game?
Yeah, it was like a little mini arcade game. It was about like
this motherfucker. You know what I had that would be a
I showed you the football game. That was the advanced tech that we could have.
This was the big gift for Christmas.
That was it. That was the bomb. That was
the only thing tabletop we
had. The girl took off the bandage in the movie, and her hair was perfect.
Man, when I was a kid, my dad worked for a moving line. That's where you go to somebody's house, you pack up their whole house, and then move them to the other side of the country, and all that. You know what I mean? And I remember we were unloading this.
The thumpers.
The thumpers. Lumpers. And so we were unloading this one truck, right? And this man started opening it. He's like, oh, this is all my games, right? And this is me in elementary school. When you said tabletop, this is the only tabletop game I ever had. And it was because this man gave it to me when we were unloading his house. It was a wooden thing that you put on your table, and it had pockets on the sides of it. So if you flipped it over one side, you could play cheap ass table pool or snooker.
Yeah.
And then on the other side, it was like a checkerboard and chess.
Oh, I know what you're talking about. Yeah.
And I remember helping him unload that, and I was like, what is this? And he explained it to me. I was like, oh, that's pretty cool. He's like, you never seen that before? I was like, no. He's like, you can have it. And that's why I got that. So that's when you said tabletop, no tabletop video games for us.
Oh, yeah.
I had the Pac-Man. That one time when he went to Goodwill with his cousin.
I had Pac-Man and Donkey Kong, and my sister had Miss Pac-Man. Yeah.
Oh.
I had Donkey Kong Jr.
Don't look at my big ass. You talking about one of these?
Yeah. I had that when I was a kid. My sister got that one. I had the Pac-Man and Donkey Kong Jr.
This is Deborah's. Chuckles gave it to her like 10 years ago.
Yeah. We had
for
that.
a birthday gift.
And that was cool because it had the fruit would go around and stuff like that. That was dope.
I put it on.
I flipped that game over
I put it on my shelf just to pretend that I have something cool.
Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to childhood trauma over nothing here at Cast of the Pod.
Tripping, man. Didn't you have one of those when you were a kid?
I'm gonna have to edit all this out because this is boring as fuck. I mean, not to me. I'm reminiscing down on Memberberry Alley, but
right. Because let's just get to the alley.
That was
let's
a
get to the
soldier.
real thing,
we were fortunate to have a house and food and clothes
for a year
straight. About video games.
The same house, the same house for a year straight.
I had it must have been like 1982, 1983. My dad came to the crib with like not even an Atari. It was a joint called the Odyssey.
Yes.
And there was Pong, and that was it.
Bro, you could sell that now. You could sell that now for a bit.
Yeah, my aunt had that thing.
That Odyssey.
Yeah. All right. She was in the PJs.
Wait. What is that?
That was Panther.
Oh no, this sounds ominous. I don't like where this is going at all.
What?
All right, ladies and gentlemen, this is the time where we finally bring out the calculadora, the calculator of doom, where we rate the film. I was
trying to integrate with the sound effect in the video. Oh man, you make me act for nothing.
It's been a long day. Deb, bring your arm over here, Deb.
Exhausting my enjoyment.
Can you reach forward? No, don't worry about it. That's okay.
Here.
No, don't take it off now. Deb still got her hospital band on. I was gonna say we came straight out the hospital, came over here, started the pod. And I'm a little discombobulated still, just because I'm frail that way. No. And I'm trying to lead to the calculator of doom.
And I was trying to segue too, and that's what I was doing. Like, oh no, it's coming, and then you were supposed to just.
I'm still upset that we're on Zoom instead of Riverside, because if we were on Riverside, we could throw in the nice little effects and all that. But one of these kids is doing his own thing.
Huh? What'd you say?
What?
You say something?
So 0 being the lowest, 10 being the highest. Who wants to go first? This was a Club 3P recommendation, by the way. Anybody want to go first?
I can.
I'll go. What?
I'll go.
Okay, go ahead. I'll go second.
All right. So check this out. I enjoyed this movie. I thought that I've seen like this movie a couple times as I skim through stuff. It always comes up. And I was like, okay, that looks crazy. I might watch that one day, but I just looked at the cover, it was like one of those movies you put in a bag that you might say, it looks like it might be entertaining, but I'm not sure. So when I finally realized that this was the movie that we were doing, I was like, oh, okay, I've always wanted to see this play, And I enjoyed it. I thought it was pretty good. I thought it was directed pretty well. I love the concept of the perspectives of the people, how they are and stuff like that. What you see is not always what you see. I thought that was really cool. That was when old dude tied up to that log. I didn't even really realize that, Josh, till you said that he had the Snidely Whiplash concept going on. So I didn't believe that until you just said it, But that was dope, man. I enjoyed it. I'm gonna recommend this movie at a good 8. I felt that it was pretty dope, but you knew something was gonna happen, that they were all gonna get killed. You knew how it was gonna end up. It was just how we were gonna get there. So I'm definitely gonna give it an 8 on that level. So it was enjoyable.
Nice. I'll go next. I should have known once I realized that this was the Eli Craig movie, who also did Clown in a Cornfield that we love here at Cast of the Pod. I should have known that I was gonna like this movie so much. It's been in my queue forever and a day, and it was one of those ones that when you have your queue and you throw a movie in there and you just happen to throw that other movie on top of it, and sooner or later Tucker and Dale gets thrown all the way to the bottom. And it wasn't until I realized that this was a Club 3P request, and it's like, all right, we'll watch it. I'm glad we did. I showed you earlier, I actually went and bought the film just so I could see the extra stuff on it, and that way I can watch it with. I hate how it doesn't matter when you're streaming how fast your service is, how good your TV is. You still get, like, in the shadows, they're still kind of pixelated a little bit. You know what I mean?
Okay.
So that's why I like
the cameras are more powerful than our TVs.
True. But so if you pick it up on DVD or Blu-ray, you don't have that issue most of the time. So that's why I reached out and got, there's only $7. Bezos. Anyways, I love this movie. And the more that we talked about it now, and the more that we thought, this is when we first came up with the idea of Cast the Pod, what I wanted to do. I wanted to find a movie that interests me, talk about it, dig deeper into it, and then either like it more or hate it more or anything like that afterwards. And that's what happened with this one. The more that we looked into it, the more that we watched it, and then talking about it with y'all today, I like it even more. I was going to give it an 8, but I'm going to have to give it a 9 for today after our conversation.
Wow.
Deb or Cantu, who's next? Deb, you awake?
Yeah, I'm awake.
Deb's on muscle relaxants and pain pills right now, by the way.
Go, Deb.
Yeah, it's been hard to stay awake.
Talk into the microphone.
I'll go next. What?
Nothing. Go, love. Go.
So I did like the movie. It was when Josh told me who the director was, I was like, oh, I really liked Clown in the Cornfield. So this one, it gave me the same kind of feel, and I really liked this one. There was a lot of things that I had a lot of favorite parts, and I gave this movie a 9.
Nice.
And I recommend the movie.
Cantu.
This motherfucker. All right. So I remember when this movie first came out, I only knew its existence because of the memes that came out, and I didn't watch it. It wasn't until about maybe 8-9 years later that I took the time out to watch it. So I've seen it before, and it was very entertaining. When it was given as an assignment for this, I gave it some more in-depth scrutiny, and there's layers for this. I mean, this is it's a social statement, and it addresses several issues at the exact same time, all throughout. Different themes about problems that date back as far, this is 2010, right?
Yep.
Yeah, so as far as 16 years back, 15 and a half years back, that still exists today and have existed forever because the human condition, we're humans. It was well written, well shot, well lit, and the humor was exactly what it was supposed to be, and the violence fit. It's funny. It wasn't a gore fest. If, for me, the messaging that was communicated with the writing of the script and how the story flowed, it carried more weight than the violence itself, and for me made the gore fest aspect of it more palatable. Now I'm here to see it all. As you know, I'll recommend a movie that'll make a motherfucker throw up, and this right here, the violence is justified by the messaging, if that makes any sense to anybody with some intellect who's able to process it. And on top of that, the name Bezos has come up several times. My son died from cancer in October of last year, my firstborn son, Cantu. Jeff Bezos has been charging his Amazon account since then. And we communicated with them and said, hey, our son is dead, he's gone. And then they said, oh, we need to see a death certificate. And so we sent the death certificate. And then they said, oh, we need for you to be the executor of his estate. Jeff Bezos, you are not a fucking judge. You are a slimy, dirty child piece of shit. I hope that the person that you love most in your life betrays you, and betrays you in a way that leaves you curdled in the corner of a dark closet where your parents used to keep you, just like that. And I hope it never ends. I give this an 8 out of 10. I would recommend it. I will always recommend it. And I would watch it again. And Bezos, I hope that everything that you're trying to cover up for yourself, to yourself, erupts like a volcano forever inside of your soul. Withdraw yourself. Hell yeah.
So how about those New York Knicks?
Knicks in 6.
What happened to 4?
Knicks in 6.
Knicks in 6.
You said
What happened to 4?
They come down here tomorrow and get smashed.
No, I think
What
they
you
still
talking
play.
about? This next game is
so
in San Antonio.
so hold on,
in
hold on,
New
no,
York.
wait.
Knicks are going to win game 4. Knicks will win game 4, and then San Antonio win 5, and then the Knicks will win 6. Because if 6 comes back to New York, they'll win it.
So with that being said, the rating for the film was at 8.5. We here at Cast of the Pod give Tucker and Dale versus Evil an 8.5.
That's good.
It's fair.
Yeah,
it's good.
it's fair.
It's a good ass movie. I like
It
it.
is.
It's fucking funny.
I recommend it.
And the social the discourse that occurs. It's awesome.
I recommend it to everybody.
So I was going to talk about the Masters of the Universe movie that Deborah and I saw over the weekend, but it is put out by Amazon Pictures. So
No, we can do all of that. The sentiment doesn't change. We can do all of that.
It'll be a Patreon exclusive. From now on, anything dealing with Amazon is Patreon exclusive.
spoiler alert, Masters of the Universe is the shit. It is great.
Oh, you enjoyed it? You liked it?
It was amazing.
I've heard
Okay.
some good reviews about it.
It did not wreck.
right.
It did not wreck my childhood. Two of my closest people, who are also nerds like me that have bought the toys they couldn't afford when they were kids. Like how I have for a while. Now I don't want to get rid of them, even though I should. One was a little overzealous about the film, thought it was going to be like the most perfect thing ever, which I did not go into it thinking that. And the other person was being so finicky, he was upset, and he happens to, how do we say this politically correctly, bubble wise? No, I want to say this bubbly. A person of color happens to be upset that one of the main characters, who was not a person of color in the cartoon or toy, is now a person of color in the movie.
Oh shit! See, that's like backwards.
Yeah, it's, I'm probably one of the few people that actually enjoyed the first He-Man movie.
Oh, a bunch of motherfuckers love that movie. I love that movie too.
Yeah, freaking, what was his name who played Skeletor? Who was
Frank
that?
Langella.
Oh my God.
Serious actor. Anyways, I was going to go on my wall and get it off the wall. Man at Arms.
Are we talking about the Dolph Lundgren, the first?
That's what he's talking about. I'm talking about the new movie. Anyways, Man at Arms, who is a white character in the cartoon and the toy. I was going to bring the toy down off my wall so you could see. Is now played by Idris Elba. And just like when they made Nick Fury Samuel L. Jackson, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Samuel Jackson was so badass, he was Nick Fury. Idris Elba was so badass and did so well, he's Man at Arms. It has nothing to do with race or whatever.
Idris Elba could play Scarlett O'Hara.
they were
down with that, man. What are you talking about?
I'm sorry.
There's people screaming about fictional characters.
They was upset about that doggone Hunger Games shit.
No.
Remember that?
What happened in Hunger Games? Was there a race swap?
It was like
in Hunger
one
Games?
of the characters they changed. It was they made her black in one of the show, and that was white, and everybody got all pissed off.
Okay, I'm gonna say this. In my opinion only, in the Fantastic Four movie, when they took Michael B. Jordan and made him Johnny Storm, that was a little kind of like, when companies do it and they're only doing it to virtual signal, it seems fake and not good. I don't think it was done.
I didn't mind it.
I didn't.
Michael B. Jordan, the Human Torch,
in the Fantastic Four before this recent one. There's like 3 Fantastic Four movies.
What?
Yes.
Yeah.
Michael B. Jordan was the Torch?
Yes.
Yeah.
So Michael B. Jordan is an amazing. Hey, he is an amazing actor. Period. And his dad, rest his soul, the actor that played his dad was great as the dad. You know what I mean? I can't remember his name though. You know his voice if you've heard him. Anyways, but when companies do it just a virtual signal, then it just seems kind of cheesy. Yeah. But in this case, this is Idris Elba at Man at Arms. Duncan, that's the name, his name that he goes by, just like in the cartoon and just like in the movies and all that. He was fucking badass. The whole movie was great. And if you're gonna let just the race of Triclops and Man at Arms hold you back, I didn't say his name, but you're cheating yourself out. The movie's badass. Period.
Did you notice that? You notice when Prince Adam, when he turned into He-Man, he got darker.
On the cartoon. Well, because he was standing in the middle of a sunburst. You're gonna get a tan when you
got more beautiful in the presence of knowledge.
Oh man, Castle Grayskull. I'm gonna have to go see it now.
Castle Grayskull in the movie is amazing.
Really?
Yeah, I'm not giving any spoilers on this. Don't be online because all the spoilers are online in people's faces.
I haven't watched, but I don't.
So
I don't
when you watch the movie, as soon as the movie ends, like 10-15 seconds into the credits, there's a mid-credit scene, the pre-credit scene, and then halfway through the credits, there's another scene. And at the very end, when it says no animals were harmed and the likeness of this person is purely coincidental, all the way at the very, very end, there's another. So there's 3 scenes. Don't walk out like all the motherfuckers that walked out and missed the 2 and the 3.
Thanks for letting me know, bro. I feel really happy about going into this now.
Oh damn, he's giving it a thumbs up.
I give it I give it a 9 out of 10.
Because I want to go see that, but Erica, she thinks she wants to go see that movie Obsession. You know, so we might go see that this week.
Let her go see
go see both.
Obsession. You go watch Masters of the
You don't go
Universe.
watch movies by yourself?
I can, but not like that. I can't go to a horror movie. We have to go together. Like if I want to go see something that I like He-Man, she probably wouldn't want to go see that. Now, if it was Sheila, what's his name? She-Ra? She might want to go see that.
Sheila.
Or Jim and the Holograms or something like that. I don't know.
Deborah.
I don't know what she played with back in the day.
All right, everybody. So this has been Tucker and Dale versus Evil. Definitely not talking about Masters of the Universe and other stuff and hip hop albums while we were off. But yeah, thanks for tuning in. I'm Josh.
I'm Deb.
Cobweb in the house, baby.
And I am Cantu. And Jeff Bezos can suck an asshole that he hates.
Until next time, y'all. Peace.
Peace.
Love you.